Yes, today I'm going to show you how to make a sweet corn canape. It's a really easy recipe but lots of ingredients. So let's get cooking. We're going to remove the crust of the bread. I'm using the 50-50 bread, but you could use white or wholemeal, entirely up to you. It doesn't make any difference to the recipe. Okay, so let's remove the crust. Right, once we've removed the crust, the next process is very simple. We need to cut them into shapes. So for this one, you're going to need a circle cutter, and I'm using a biscuit cutter, okay, which is one of the largest of the sizes. I'd say about 7 centimeter, and that's all you need to do is, there we go. And hence we prepare all the others in the similar way. Right, now that we've got them in the shape that we want, we need to apply butter on both sides. I've softened the butter. You could use margarine if you wish, and very slightly Okay, once we've buttered them, we need to start putting them into our baking tray, and I'm using a 12 case cupcake baking tray, which is about 1 inch deep. And what we need to do is take each one of these bread pieces and just press it in, okay? Press them in so you've got the sides intact well. Okay, you can pull it up so it comes right up to the sides, okay? Again, make sure you pull the sides up so you get a good case. And so we're going to arrange all 12 of ours in here in the similar way. Okay, these are now ready, and we're going to put them in the oven to bake for about 7 to 8 minutes. I've already preheated the oven to 180 degrees, and we're going to put them in the oven now. Okay, right, while that's baking, I am going to prepare the filling. Right, while our bread tarts are baking, it'll take about 7 to 8 minutes, we're going to prepare a filling. Now for the filling, I'm using sweet corn, which is tinned sweet corn, so it shouldn't take very long to cook. Right, so turn the gas on to medium, and we're going to add a couple of tablespoons of oil. I'm using sunflower oil. So I've added 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil. You can use vegetable oil if you wish. To that I'm going to add a couple of cinnamon sticks, a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and as you can hear it already fluttering. As soon as it starts fluttering, we can add some chopped onions. I'm going to add the small medium size, I would say about medium sized onion in there. And let that saute for a while. And we can turn the heat down slightly. And while that is sauteing, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of garlic, which I've crushed, about half a teaspoon of ginger, about a teaspoon of green chilies. Now if you don't want it very hot, or if you don't want to put green chilies in, that's absolutely fine, it's quite optional. Turn the heat down further. Give it a couple of minutes to cook. Okay, we can start adding the rest of our ingredients. So I'm going to add about 250 grams of sweet corn. This is tinned sweet corn, so we won't need to cook it for a long period of time. About 250 grams, which will make about 15, I would say about 15 of the bread tarts that we want to make today. Okay, to this mixture I'm also going to add a couple of tablespoons of red pepper, which I've chopped finely, about 2 tablespoons of green pepper, which I've chopped down finely, looking colourful already, as you can see. And we're going to turn the gas up to medium now. I'm going to add about a tablespoon, or maybe just a bit more, of coriander. We want this mixture to be fairly dry, so we're not adding any water. Okay. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of chopped cashew nuts. And we're going to let it cook. Like I said, we want it to be fairly dry. What we can do is add just 1 to 2 tablespoons of water. Just so that it doesn't stick to the pan. I'm just going to turn the heat down to low and add all our spices. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and about 1/2 teaspoon of garam masala. Okay, give it a good mix, and 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of lime, there we go. Beautiful aroma coming out now, and our mixture is looking very colourful. Right. But we want this to be fairly dry. And finally, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of desiccated coconut. Okay, it's been about 5 to 6 minutes. The mixture is now ready. I'm going to turn off the gas and let it cool. Okay. Our bread tartlets are now ready. Quite crispy, as you can see, cooled off, and we're going to assemble them now. Okay, we're now ready to assemble our bread tartlets. The filling we made earlier has cooled off completely, so let's put in, we need to put in about a teaspoon or maybe just slightly more on each one of them. I'm going to finish off by adding some yogurt on each one of them, and just a dollop of it, not too much. Okay, coriander and then some pomegranates to give it that extra color. There you go. The tartlets are now ready. Right, I'm just going to try one now. Absolutely delicious. It's got that crunch, it's got the flavors in it, and I'm sure your guests are going to be impressed. Please try this recipe. It's really easy, and I'm sure you'll be very proud of yourselves once you've done it. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.